Hello YouTube. Welcome back to Pursuit of Happiness. I'm Jonathan. Today I have a problem that I have to fix my riding lawnmower that is, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 years old. I think this is the 3rd summer, but the starter's been acting up and it won't start for me. So let me show you. I gotta pull it out from underneath the deck and I'll show you the problem and we'll see if we get it fixed. So sit back and enjoy. All right, so let's see if it will do what it was doing. Sometimes it starts, sometimes it doesn't. So let's see. I tried pushing it to the garage, but it's just too humid and hot. I don't want to deal with it. So we're doing it right here. If it'll start, we'll drive it into the garage. Hear that click? Battery's not dead. New battery. See, sometimes it'll start and sometimes it just clicks. Click. Come on, start. Okay, so first we have to take this battery retainer off of here, which can be a challenge. Pry it off of one side, this little hook is underneath there, and then that side just unlatches. Get that out of the way. Next, we need to take off the battery terminals and take the negative off, because it doesn't matter if you touch anything when you're on the negative. Once you get the negative off, we'll take this off, put that nut back on there so we don't lose it. Tuck this around that way, try to keep it away from there. Pull this out. Now we can get the positive off. Since the battery's not grounded anymore, it doesn't matter anymore. Can't short it out as long as this is not connected to the negative on the battery. I have had this off already. That's why they were as loose as they were. Because I replaced this battery, then I took the battery out to look around, and they're normally not quite that loose. Pull these out of the way and pull the battery out. Now for the hard thing to see. So it's down on the left hand side, you'll see a big red wire going to it. Let me move the GoPro here, see if we can get you a better angle. So that right there is the solenoid. That, you see the red wire going to it. There's two nuts on the top there, and that is removed with this bolt and this hook. we'll get that out and I'll show it to you. So by releasing that, we can move this out. I don't think you can see it very well, but you can see the two nuts right there. So we just need to take those two nuts free. And they are lock washers, and they're wildly annoying because, there we go, that's a little bit better angle. Two nuts. We'll take these two free. Typically, this is where you drop them into the grass and never find them again. So now that one's off. And let's take this one off. That one's off. And then you'll have two small plugs, smaller wires. Just unplug those. They just pull off. All right, so this is gonna be our setup to test this solenoid. This is the bad solenoid. I did already order a new solenoid because I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. So what we do is we have the starter solenoid allows a high amperage current to draw into the starter through this solenoid and not directly through your key. So it's kind of safer and it's much easier. The key doesn't have to be as bulky as heavy duty. The solenoid handles the high current. So what we have is a low current that comes directly from the battery to fire off a magnet in here, and it basically closes a switch and allows the current to go straight through to the starter. As soon as you let go, and the key goes into the run position instead of the start position, it kills the current that's sending power to that magnet. It's an electromagnet. So I've got my leads set up, but first we want to test the leads. So this is set for resistance. When I touch my leads together, we go all the way down to 0.1 ohm. So we need something less than about 5 ohms to be able to start the mower. Anything more than 5 ohms. So this meter automatically changes. Right now it shows that it's open. That means they're not touching. This does not have any continuity through it, and it's got a little M beside the ohm symbol. If we have an M or a K beside that ohm symbol, then it's not good. It's not going to be able to start the starter. So when I touch this to the positive terminal on this battery, you'll hear the solenoid click and you'll see it try to take a reading. And you can see that reading is all over the place. 10, 11 kiloohms. Now let's try again. So this is what happens when I'm trying to start that mower. There we go, 2.1. It would have started right then. Now if I turn the key off and I try it again, 2.0 would have started. Turn it off, try again. 53, 55 ohms. Definitely would not have started. So you can see how this is very random. Just depends on how good the connection is inside there. There's 1.76 kiloohms. Let it reset. Try again. 36. 12, 13. It's kind of trying to draw current through, but it's just not enough to start it. So this is what I was stuck with. it just would not start. Trying it, trying it, trying it. Nope. Ooh, almost. Well, no, I missed the decibel. I'm at like 77. So let's set this up with the new one. And just unhook these leads. And let's put the new one on here. This will be our magnet sign. This will be our starter sign. And let's see how this one reacts. Get better contact here. .1, 3.0. Well, let it reset. That one, not so good. Now this is an Amazon solenoid, so we'll see how it ends up doing in real life. .7, 2.6. And we could never get voltage like that through the other one. Not with any consistency. Let the meter reset. Whoops. Let the meter reset. 1.6. 1.5. .4, 2.5. So my other readings were me clicking it too fast. So fairly conclusive. Starter solenoid, starter relay, starter solenoid. That's the problem. So let's see how this solenoid actually works. Let's tear the old one apart. It's busted. We're gonna replace it. Let's see what's inside. All right, so I drilled the rivets out of it. Had a little seal, little grommet, because that is our click. And it's actually hot from trying to use it. So that is what makes our contact. I think if I cut these two leads right here, I can pull that magnet out of there. Let's see if I can find some wire cutters. There she is. So this is the electromagnet. And this must act as the spring. Sticky, gooey. And out this comes. This little piece of pot metal is what makes the connection. So down inside here, let me see, can you see it? Down inside there is the actual connectors. You can see the little black mark on that one. Right there. That's what's making the connection on this one. So this magnet gets energized, pushes this against this copper contact, and this contact is what makes the other side's fixed. this is what makes contact with the other side. And all of that burning is from the arcing. Every time this magnet kicks, it compresses this spring. Let's see, this goes in here. This would be sitting like that. So this would push up inside there and make contact here to there, and then the other side to the other terminal, which is completely corroded up in there. There you go. There's a good view of them. So that terminal to that terminal, this bridge is what makes that connection. And you can see it's just, especially that side. Ooh, that side's brutal. Very, 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 very dirty. And it's got some moisture in it. So there's our faulty solenoid. This is the bottom of the new solenoid. These are the rivets that I cut out of the old one so that we could see what it looked like. So the other thing that I noticed was my old solenoid screwed in from the back, and this is actually a threaded flange. I tried desperately to get the exact same bracket, but it is definitely not. The tab, well, it'd be like this. The tab isn't quite the same, but it's easy, definitely possible that I bent that tab trying to take it out. And the mounting location for this side is different. Well, the mounting style. On the new one, it's not threaded, it's just a through hole. So I'll have to use one of the nuts, and I already checked. The nuts fit. So both these nylon nuts fit the mounting screw. So I'll be able to put the screw from inside through this hole and then put a nut on it. I'll probably reuse the nylon ones for these leads. These have locking washers on them, but the nylon definitely is a little bit better to ensure that that nut doesn't come off. You don't want the nut to come off, obviously, because one side of this will always have power from the battery, and one side will not have power from the battery. So one side is always going to be hot. It doesn't matter how you hook it up, but one side will be always hot. You don't want it to come off, be free, and be arcing, shorting out underneath there, possibly cause damage to your battery, your mower, cause worst case scenario, an explosion. But let's get this put back together and see if the mower works again. So now it's just a simple task of putting this back in here. This screw terminal, very easy to get to, but really I want it to go this way only because my push-on connections are very short and it fits much better like that. So I'm curious if this will fit back into here. I don't know which way is easier. Put the connections on and then muscle this in there, or put this in there and put the connections on with this mounted. I'm gonna see if she mounts. She definitely mounts, so that's not a problem. So I probably bent that terminal. I'm gonna go ahead. There's not a ton of space, as you can see. I'll start this one. I might as well do the easy one up here, where it's nice and easy, right? Slightly different threads, it feels like. Oh, that other one's gonna be a bear. Definitely makes me want to run that other screw on first. But I just don't have a ton of room. I wonder if I can get this bracket out of here. Let's try to make it a little bit easier, right? Struggle is fun and all, but sometimes the struggle isn't worth it. Sucks because you can only get a little bit of a turn each time. Maybe I should invest in a power. You get out of the way. Power driver. I don't know what you call them. Oof. I wonder if I can get it. I bet you I could. See if this will reach down in there. There we go. That went a lot quicker. There. Dude. Dude. Oh yeah, that's good and tight. Got a little bit of German going there. It's good and tight. Now we just have to get these out and plugged in. So we just have the two small leads. Let's see here. That lead on. This lead, of course, is twisted. Can go on. Now, let's see. Did we make a good choice or a bad choice? That's there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There. And washer and nut. Right. Heck yeah. We are back connected. Battery time. And probably would help to get our bracket back in here. Brackets in, cable out of the way, Battery goes back in. There we go. And hook it up in reverse. Positive. Is, I believe, a 10mm. No, 7/16. Yep. And probably a 10 on the other side. Yep. No, that's not a 10. Gluten tight. Cover that guy up. Make sure that we get her all covered up. Put the negative lead on. Guess if I was smart, I would have put the battery strap in first instead of snaking it under these connections. But I'm not. So that's not a thing for me. Battery connection, and it clips in so much easier. Now, everything back to the bench. Alright, connected, protected, everything's good. Let's see what it does. Nice. Now that that work is over, we can get to our actual work of mowing the lawn, edging the driveway, doing the weed eating around all the fence, ultimately always while pursuing your happiness.